This is footage of my melee healer in PvP and Allods Online. The first 3 clips I'm at level 26 and using the green Holy Land rep gear. Here I'm being chased by a same level warrior and a healer 1 level below me. So I go after the healer, hit the healer with Blind Faith, apply my dot, circle strafe here, and as soon as Blind Faith is off, I put Banish Words, the silence, on the healer. So I'm hoping to burst the healer down. Now, I do make a mistake in starting this fight. I don't have Heavenly Smite precast, and that's the AoE knockdown. So right here would have been a perfect time for Heavenly Smite to knock down the healer and then finish him off. But the healer manages, because I don't have any crowd control, manages to get a burst heal off and stretch out this fight. So you definitely want to make sure you always cast Heavenly Smite, especially as soon as you're resurrected, because sometimes I forget. So this warrior is getting a lot of dodge messages by me. There's another dodge message. So if a warrior can't connect on blows, they can't build up combat advantage, which limits their options as far as crowd control and damage. So I'm kiting away. You can see I'm getting a lot of nice green ticks there. That's from the Fanaticism procs as well as Perpetual Healing. And I'm trying to stretch out this fight because I'm so low on mana. And that is something I talked about in my melee healer guide, is that one of the downsides of the class is we burn through mana pretty quickly. All right, so the warrior gave himself a pretty nice heal there, and I'm almost out of juice, so I crowd control him with Blind Faith and then Bandage Heal. The nice thing about Bandage Healing is it's not subject to wound complexity, so you get healed for the full amount, and then I go and finish off the warrior. This next clip is against a same level caster healer who'd been trying to gank me as I was questing. And here the healer knocks me down and then applies the Blind Faith Disorient and then knocks me down again. So by the time I'm up on my feet, I'm at about half health and this healer is close to full. So I apply Blind Faith for Disorient, Banish Words for the Silence, and here you can see my right hand's glowing. So I have Heavenly Smite precast, and what I'm going to do is wait until Blind Faith has about 2 seconds left and then cast Heavenly Smite, 2 seconds on cooldown. So right here, I cast Heavenly Smite, gives me 2 seconds of a knockdown, follow up immediately with Blind Faith, and then finish that healer off. This next fight is against a Paladin. This is over by the Empire starting zone camp, or starting area camp in Holy Land, and I get hit pretty hard starting off the fight, so I use the instant burst heal, Divine Prayer, and then continue to DPS in the Paladin. So you notice there are a lot of store messages there, and what you have to do with a Paladin, it's generally a long fight, and you need to keep spamming Verdict to overload their barrier so they start taking some damage. So you can see the Paladin's health is gradually going down. And one thing I've learned fighting Paladins is you have to conserve your mana. So I've made the mistake before of using Heavenly Smite fighting Paladins, and a 2-second crowd control doesn't really help in a fight which is going to last, 40 seconds to a minute. So you can see I'm keeping my health up high, and Paladins can apply some pretty good burst. So I make sure to keep my hot running as much as possible. This next clip is against a warrior. So the next couple clips, I'm up at level 27 using the blue Holy Land rep gear, and it makes a huge difference. So here I start off a pretty good sequence. I've got my hot running, I put Blind Faith and my dot on the warrior, and you can see I'm keeping my health up really, really high. The main reason you want to do that against a warrior is they do have abilities, like if they spec for it, like Agonizing Blow, which can crit really hard, and you'll see that coming up here. So the warrior runs away, comes back a little later with a strength pot. So we resume this fight again. He gets the openers on me, but I managed to bring my health back up to full here. Unfortunately, in a moment, this 1v1 turns into about a 1v4, and I get an NPC on me as well. But I want to show the remainder of this clip so you can see the danger that the danger of fighting a warrior. So right here, the other Empire players add, and at the very end of this clip here, I get hit by a crit from this warrior for over 8,000. So that's the reason why, I've got a little over 10k health here, and you want to keep your health up as much as possible so you're not at risk of getting one shot. This last clip is against a summoner, and I cast Blind Faith while I'm running over there, but he fears me. So we crowd control each other at the same time, but that's net bad for me because I can't close the gap. And so he's kiting away while his pet is just running around basically applying a dot, applying steady damage to me. So there's not much I can do here to close the gap. I cast Banish for the silence to slow down the DPS of the summoner, and he's doing a pretty good job kiting, but I do catch him right here with a Blind Faith, Disorient, and start spamming Verdict. So a good summoner will keep kiting like this, keep you out of melee range, so I'm not able to do a lot of damage on him. He's applying steady damage to me. And right there I chose to use Heavenly Smite to knock him down and try to close the gap, but he happened to crowd control me at the same time. So I catch him with a Verdict crit there. And this is a pretty good fight. Okay, so he fears me again. He's got a gap on me. Come out of this, use the silence again. And I should be keeping my HOT up right now, but I'm not. It's a mistake on my part. Okay, cast Blind Faith on him, and he's running toward other Empire players, so I have to pop my Holy Shield bubble, and I just managed to burn that summoner down before I get zerged. The melee healer is definitely, it makes a huge difference to get the blue rep gear in Holy Lands. It is definitely a bit of a rough road because of the constant ganking, but once you get the gear, you should notice a huge improvement in how strong your character is.